Alright, hi guys, welcome to this week's video. This week we are back to another 5,000 question survey. I pre-filmed these way in advance. I think I haven't even uploaded part 14 by the time I'm actually filming this, and this is part 17 I believe, so I'm way ahead of the schedule for this. Basically found online a website which is like a live journal website where someone's put 5,000 questions and I'm basically answering them all. They are obviously, I think, related to, typing the answers out, but so I've had to change them a little bit to be YouTube worthy. Just for reference, I am filming this on the, what's the date? The 4th of December. Also, my battery is flashing, so I don't know how long I'll be doing this for, so we'll continue on. If I stop suddenly, then that's because the camera has died with no battery left. Also, yeah, I've got really blonde hair at the moment. I dyed all blonde quite recently. Once I was looking online on my computer, and they've got like really long hair and pink ends, and that was at like the start of 2016, and I'm now at the end of 2016, so it's kind of crazy. I believe the last question I answered was 771, so I'm going to continue on with 772. So let's begin. So 772, do you seize each day and sink your teeth into it? I would like to say I would try to, but I really don't. I'm really bad at that sort of thing. I just sort of live every day as it comes and just get through it. 773. I've heard people say that Jim Morrison never yawned because he was just so full of life. How often do you yawn? I think I yawn quite regularly. I yawn quite a lot actually. I'm always tired, but that's because I just don't really sleep very well, so I'm always yawning. 774. Who decides what behaviour is crazy or sane? I think just how the society is. I think how everyone's sort of living. I think like the modern society and rules set in place, so if people aren't following those rules or are deemed a little bit crazy, I think if you're just a little bit outside that realm of normal, you're crazy, but then if you're inside that normal, you're sane. 775. Who are the most inspiring artists? Musicians, poets, or writers? That's a difficult one because they are all quite different, but they all do the same sort of thing. But poets can end up being songwriters. I actually think it's got to be writers because, it's a hard one because they all are different. I found for like songwriters, like musicians, you got to think about how, they've got the lyrics and then how the voice sounds. Like every song is different. But then you've also got the music, like the guitars, drums, the beat, how fast and slow it is, and all the different instruments used in each song. So that's something. But then you've got poets, and they just write really inspiring poems in like really fascinating ways that don't really make sense to people like me. And then you've got writers who can write like 200 and 300 pages of book which are like original ideas or like just a crazy fantasy world that no one else has thought about before, which is another thing. So I think individually they all are pretty impressive. I can't choose, basically. I can't choose. 776. Did anything historically significant happen in the year you were born? I was born in 1991, and I have to say I have no idea. If anything significant happened in 1991, just that I was born in that year, so that's pretty significant. I was brought into the world. 777. Besides blowing up birthday candles, when do you make wishes? Isn't it when you cut the cake in first you make a wish? Isn't that when you're like on a wedding cake, when you first make the But you also make a wish when you see a shooting star. Yeah. And then at 11:11, if you see the times 11:11, you gotta make a wish. Yeah, at 778, are you self-sufficient? I think so, yeah. 779, is it better to be wanted or needed? I think wanted. Yeah. 780, what do you feel is an appropriate age to lose one's virginity at? Coming from someone who hasn't lost theirs, it's kind of a hard question because I'm 25. I don't believe there should be a set age. I just think whenever you're ready, whenever you're in, I don't think people will realise that you don't have to rush it. I know a lot of people think you have to be as young as possible, like when you're 16, 17, people are always like, that's the first thing you think about. But I think you really don't have to rush it. I think you can be whatever age you want to be. Young, old. I do think, maybe not too young, I think probably 18 would be like the best age, because when you're 18 you sort of know what you're doing. I think anything below that, maybe 16, because 16 is when you like learn about it in school and things. But before that, I think you're a bit too young, don't really realise the consequences. I think you need to be a little bit older to understand, because yeah, I think stuff can happen that you don't realise is going to happen. And I find that a lot of teenage people don't really think it through, and that's when mistakes can happen. 781, do you feel that the appropriate age for girls and for boys is different? Well, I do personally think that men or boys, like teenage boys, are way less mature in that sense, and they will just, you know, get with anybody. So I think they will probably be, like, the maturity age for them is a lot less. I mean, I think to be a mature male, you're a bit older than you are with a female, being a female. I think in general, men are less mature. Like, I think they take, I don't really know how it works, but I think some of them are just take a little bit longer to get to that mature stage. Yeah, that was really badly answered, I'm sorry. 782, are you a hard person to get to know? I can be. I mean, it takes me a while to open up to people. I've had like trust issues in the past, so I'm definitely someone who likes to keep myself to myself, but I make these videos and I pretty much try and be as true to myself as I am as possible when I make these videos. So I try and be who I am off camera, on camera, but I mean, I'm very shy, I don't really like talking very much, so in person I might be like less talkative, and that's just how it is for me. I'm just going to move it down a little bit. That's just how I am. I'm just a little bit talkative. I'm just less talkative in person than I am on camera. I find it way more easier to speak to a camera than to people. I'm just really bad, like, I know I talk really fast, and I just get really like muddled when I speak to people. Like my brain and my brace box just do not work properly. But yeah, I'm just really bad at speaking to people in person, which is probably why I started making these videos, because no one else to talk to, so I thought I would talk to a camera lens and then put it onto YouTube where people can watch me. And I think I've got like 200 people who watch me now, which, alright, you know, I'd like to have a bit more, but I'm not like hating. 783, what is the craziest thing you've ever done out of anger? Ooh, out of anger? I don't really know. I'm not really that sort of person that I can get angry, but I don't really do anything in anger. I just sort of stay in my room and just seep out. I usually just talk out. Like, I'm one of the people when they're angry, I just like mutter and speak about it in person. But I don't really know. I haven't really done anything that crazy, I'm afraid. I think there was once when I was at university when I was really angry, so I decided to leave at 7 AM and drive home. And my university was like 3 hours away from. But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of done. I'm not really a crazy person, really. 784, what's the most annoying sound you can think of? Anything to do with scraping. I don't like the noise of scraping, like, you know, nails, chalkboard, cutlery on plates. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel the sound right now, or I can hear it in my own brain. I just don't like it. It's annoying. You know, like music that has no like lyrics to it, and it's just like the bass, and you can just hear that. I hate that. And it just like drums in your brain, and it sets me for a headache. So those are a couple of things. 785. What's the silliest vegetable you can think of? I mean, I always find I've forgotten what they're called now, but it's not a carrot. What's it called? You have it with roasts and the white stuff that's always in weird shapes. Oh crap, let me just Google roasted vegetables. Parsnips. I find them the weirdest thing. By the way guys, this is the first video I think I filmed that I've got on your phone. And it probably will not be new when this goes up, but I've got these 7. I'm loving it. I'm just saying. Yeah, so parsnips. I find parsnips the weirdest. 786. Do you believe in love at first sight? It's never happened to me, so I can't say whether I do or not, because I've never witnessed it. I have never had it happen to me. So 787. Name one thing you have referred to in the past as better than sex. I don't think I have. I don't think we ever said that. Considering I've never done the deed, so I don't really know. I would have to say it's probably some sort of food. I'm sure it's like some sort of food, but I don't know what that would have been. 788. What do you see when you turn out the light? That's a bit deep. What do I see when I see darkness? To begin with, I see darkness, and then my eyes are really good actually. Like I can see really clearly in the dark, so after about 2 or 3 minutes my eyes like settle to the darkness, and then I can see pretty clearly, so I can see everything. Obviously it depends how dark the room is, but in my room currently I can see quite clearly when it's dark time. 789. Do you like jazz, blues or swing music? Swing music? I have to be in the mood for it. I can't say I like it all the time, but I have to be in the mood for it. 790. Do you prefer gold or silver jewellery? I tend to wear silver jewellery. The only gold thing I really wear is this necklace that's got the cross on it. Everything else I wear is silver, really. My phone is rose gold though, so if you said rose gold, I would say rose gold. But yeah, the most jewellery I usually wear, like even earrings wise, is always silver. 791. In what ways do you want your children to be like you? If I ever have children, I hope they're kind. I hope they are nice to like strangers. That's something that I've always done. I'm never mean to strangers. I always smile at strangers. I leave doors open. I even like at the bus stop. If I'm at a bus stop or something, I'll just start chatting to strangers. You know, I'm just one of those people who does that sort of thing. I hope I'm just really nice. I'm not mean. I'm conservative. I'm just, you know, I just hope they, you know, carry on the good traits that I have if I have kids, which I don't think is very likely these days. 792. In what ways would you want your children to be different from you? If I had children, I would like them to be more outspoken, have more confidence. I would like them to be more able to do what they want to do. I'm such a bad person. Like I have really bad anxiety, so I get quite scared about doing stuff, and I would wish that they could, you know, fulfill their dreams and not get scared of doing it. Like I have to say, when I was younger, or even now, like my dream still is to, you know, be on stage, be in front of the camera, like acting. I hope if I have kids that, you know, they follow their dreams. I've just like half-assed it, and this is where I've ended up. I mean, I'm still doing a job I love doing. This isn't my full-time job, but my job where I work, something I like doing, like it's web design. I like doing that. It's coding. I self-taught myself Photoshop, HTML, and video editing. All three things I love doing, and I do weekly on a daily basis. So yeah, I mean, I'm not hating myself for going a different route, but I mean, it's what I had to live with because I failed my GCSEs. I didn't go to my GCSE year in school. I didn't have like an easy path to get to where I am right now, and I'm pretty impressed with myself that I managed to get a job so soon after university 2 years ago.